The CIA has launched a new podcast to help spread propaganda about their agency. This is the CIA's effort to whitewash the idea that, yeah, we did kill Allende. Yeah, we did kill Diem. We've carried out all these assassinations. We've put coups in place all over the world. And oh, by the way, now we're messing with American politics. Now that one gets real close to home. Whether you know what I think Trump was, honest to God, he is just a horrible, horrible person and politician, and I have worked everything I can do to defeat him in that effort. But I've also been conscious when the CIA gets involved in presidential politics in the United States, that's very dangerous. And like him or hate him, I swear to you, they're involved. They've been involved in this presidential process for several years now.
Yeah, and this new move, I mean, starting a podcast, this is absolute insanity because it is. You know, we know from the first episode that's come out, it's pure propaganda. They want to go out there and, you know, dispel some of the myths about the agency by having members of the agency tell us how great they are. They're going to go out there, because they already have, they're going to tell us, oh, we're killing these people in drone strikes, but they're not going to mention, oh, by the way, we also just murdered 100, 200, 500 civilians with the same drone strike because, oops, we missed the first time, which actually is what Kevin Gastala pointed out from, because he's done such a good job of covering things like this. But this is 100% propaganda from the United States government to whitewash a horrible agency with a despicable history.
Whitewash 75 years of spook conduct that when you start taking a look at it, it should scare the hell out of every American citizen, because it's not just about taking care of, it's not just about taking care of us. In a lot of ways, there's hustling us involved. There's covering up that's involved. And I got to tell you something. The CIA has had they've had a free ride for too long. Every now and then a politician will come along, like Frank Church, and say, I want you to open your books a little bit. We need to start seeing what you've been up to. And I think we're almost approaching that time right now.
When a lot of people need to understand too, it's not just what the CIA has done overseas, it's what they've done here on American soil for 75 years. I mean, hell, they had files on Elvis. They thought, oh, well, his gyrations, literally one of their files said, well, his gyrations are corrupting a nation.
Yeah.
So
or Martin Luther King, or any civil rights movement, or any cult. Oh God, talking about targeting environment. Well, now, again, I don't take a stand on this pro-abortion, or this is not a stand. But now you've got them going after pro-lifers in a way that I understand. There's got to be some way to contain really crazy conduct, but it's got to be on both sides. You don't just say, well, we're going to target these folks because it's politically correct for us to target these folks. I don't know, man. I just think that once the public starts really understanding, Howard Zinn was, of course, the greatest writer, Chalmers Johnson, Matthew Mintz, those folks were great writers, and they told the story about what was going on with organizations. I don't know who's writing about it anymore. Maybe Matt Taibbi. Who would you say is up there really following this kind of thing? I'd say Matt Taibbi for sure.
I think definitely Kevin Gastala, who is mentioned in this article.
Yeah.
In fact, we've had him on Ring of Fire multiple times.
Yeah, he's brilliant. He's absolutely brilliant.
And he's very young and very smart, and so he's been doing a heck of a lot of good stuff on this too.
Yeah, well, we need them in there because there are no more Howard Zinns. There are no more Chalmers Johnsons or Matthew Mintz or these people. And if nobody's looking at them, that's real dangerous. Bayer was recently hit with a massive jury verdict after they were found liable for poisoning an educational center. Wow. My history goes back to, with Bayer, all the way back to the Factor VIII case, where we got Factor VIII, which is a blood clotting process for hemophiliac children. Well, Bayer knew that it was infected with AIDS. So we got it off the market here in the United States, and then they took that same stuff, sold it all over the world, hundreds of families affected by AIDS because of this product. That's the company we're dealing with. That's the kind of company we're dealing with.
Yeah, and of course, Bayer bought Monsanto, and Monsanto has their own, absolutely terrible history, almost just as bad as Bayer. Not quite as evil, but
pretty bad.
Definitely a deadly corporation. So now Bayer is having to face the music for all the things this company that they bought did. Monsanto putting out the PCBs and everything from caulk to fluorescent light bulbs. And that's what had poisoned all these people at this educational center. They knew, we've known for how many years? 40, 50?
50 years. Documents go back 50 years
Yeah.
where they knew how dangerous this stuff was.
Right. It definitely give you cancer. Even the U.S., with as defunct as our regulatory systems are, in the 70s, they said, this stuff will kill you. It'll give you cancer. You can't sell it anywhere in the United States. But they never took the second step, which is, let's get it all off out of the buildings.
Let me tell you a story that really it should make you angry. Corporate media has known about this all the way back, at least 30 years, okay? There's documents that show that the way they're going to solve that problem is they're going to push more money into corporate media, and they won't tell the story that we're telling right now. They also went out and hired an army of lobbyists to invade Washington, D.C., and say, look, all this stuff you're reading, it's nonsense. No, all this stuff they were reading was only the tip of the iceberg, because the clinical data was even worse than we knew about. They knew it caused non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, they knew it caused neurological disease, they knew it caused leukemia in children, on and on, birth defects, and they hid this for 40 years, knowing full well how dangerous it was. The other thing they did is they went out and they hired pretty people. It's called the Pretty People campaign. It's where you hire what they call key opinion leaders, and they went all over the world saying, "Oh, there's no problem with this. This is just crazy bunch of, a bunch of hysterical nutcases trying to make something out of nothing."
Well, and it's funny you bring that up, because this isn't necessarily related to Bayer, but the whole Pretty People thing, we saw that a lot firsthand on here with the BP Deepwater Horizon. Rick Outzen, local reporter, was talking about it a lot too, because suddenly you had all these gorgeous people come down in and tell everybody, like, oh, don't worry, it's going to be okay. I mean, almost like BP was hiring supermodels to come in and try to make people feel better about this. And yes, that's what these corporations do. I hope everybody understands. It's whatever disgusting thing you could think of that a corporation would do, they'll go even lower than that. Trust me.
You know the Pretty People thing? The Pretty People thing comes out of them doing focus groups and finding out that we have become such celebrity whores, such celebrity crazy people, that all they have to do is put a celebrity in front of us, a Pretty People in front of us, and we're going to be okay. We're going to believe it, because that's how shallow we've become as we look at the whole celebrity thing. Now, there's data, there's documents that talk about it. It's not me just talking here.